golden glow. This film, set in the late 19th century, portrays the everyday life of Mongolian herders and the deep compassion that was woven into the hearts of our ancestors. Released in 2023, it received glowing praise from audiences. Let's begin. In a humble, weathered gyur, traditional Mongolian felt tent dwelling, a couple sits close together, speaking quietly. They live as servants to a wealthy household nearby, dreaming of one thing they do not have: a child. Let's call them the poor man and the poor woman. Not far away lives a hunter. Let's call him the hunter. He is well respected, married to a woman expecting their first boy, and blessed with many beautiful daughters. Now, he prays to the spirits of nature and the eternal heaven to grant him a son. In Mongolian belief, hunters who take too many wild lives risk incurring a spiritual curse from nature itself. The hunter swears a solemn vow. If granted a son, he will never again point his gun at a living creature. The hunter's wife prays daily for a boy. One day, after milking the livestock, she feels sharp pains on her way home and gives birth to a baby boy right there. Soon after, they invite a Lama Buddhist monk to bless the newborn and read his fate. The Lama's words are heavy. Your husband has taken many lives in the forest. His karma carries the weight of those deaths. This child will not live long in your home unless you give him away to another family to free him from your sins. The hunter feels guilt pierce his heart, but his wife refuses to give up her precious son. Meanwhile, the poor man and poor woman travel a long way to a sacred place where childless couples come to pray for the blessing of a child. After days of prayer, they head back home. One evening, a traveling merchant stops at their gyur. He's failed at closing a big deal and drowns his frustration in alcohol. Over drinks, he lets slip that the hunter is planning to give his only son away. The poor couple exchange glances. Could this be the child they've been praying for? The next morning, the poor man asks the merchant for a white camel. The merchant laughs. He knows the poor man could never afford one. But the poor man offers a deal. If he can help the merchant succeed in his business venture, would the merchant help him in return? In old Mongolian tradition, adopting a child from another family required a formal offering, typically one white camel and 10 sheep or goats. The poor man owns none of these, but driven by hope, he visits relatives and neighbors, gathering what he can. At last, with great effort, they collect the full offering and set out for the hunter's home. But the hunter's wife has already been visited by elders who repeat the Lama's warning. Give your son away. She is torn, holding her baby close. The poor woman pleads, please let me raise your son. My heart has longed for a child all my life. Reluctantly, the hunter's wife hands over the boy, tears streaming. An elder instructs them on the ritual. The adopting parents must carry the child out of the home themselves. The hunter, his voice shaking, says to the poor couple, raise my son to be a good man, as if he were your own flesh and blood. Two years pass. The merchant visits the hunter, bringing a rare and valuable treasure as a gift. When the hunter asks what he wants in return, the merchant requests his help in hunting a great black wolf in the nearby mountains. The hunter's wife reminds him of his vow, but the merchant slyly offers something else. If you help me, I can find a way to see how your son is doing in his new home. In some Mongolian villages, Families who finally have a long-awaited child will place a protective rope or boundary around their jeer to keep others away. It's a spiritual safeguard against bad luck. The poor couple, meanwhile, adore the boy and shield him from prying eyes. Villagers whisper that they are overprotective. Temptation wins. The hunter cleans his gun and ventures into the mountains, eventually facing the black wolf. Ignoring the llama's warning, he pulls the trigger. That night, the boy falls mysteriously ill. By morning, he is gone. The wealthy lord the poor couple served sees this as an omen and casts them out. Homeless and grieving, the poor woman sits outside, lost in sorrow, when she sees the hunter and his wife approaching. Panicking, she cannot tell them the truth. Her husband lies, saying the boy is away with relatives. The hunter and his wife leave, promising to return. Only after they depart does the poor woman break down. How could I beg for their beautiful son only to bury him? And now I lie to their faces. I deserve the depths of hell for this. Her husband decides they must confess. But when they arrive at the hunter's home, the hunter's wife notices the small boots the poor woman carries. Her grief turns to fury. "You killed my son. How dare you come here?" Years pass again. The merchant returns, telling the hunter that the poor couple now have a son of their own and rarely let anyone near their home. The hunter and his wife visit, thinking perhaps this boy is their son reborn. When they arrive, the poor couple fear they've come to take the boy away. But instead, the hunter offers a swift horse as a gift, wishing the boy a happy and prosperous life. He tells them, "I believe he is the next life of my lost son." Relief and tears flow freely between them. This film is a poignant reminder of an old Mongolian tradition. When a family was blessed with many children, they might give one to a childless couple, not out of rejection, but out of compassion and the belief that every child deserved a loving home. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe.